Welcome to tonight's stadium for match day 10 in NPL Victoria. It's the Melbourne Knights hosting Dandenong City. Mark Van Aken with you and Lockie Flanagan. Quickly take you through the Knights starting lineup. In goal, number 21, Thomas Manos. Number 2, Jack Marth. Number 4, Nikola Jurkovic. Number 5, Aidan Bryce. Number 6, Anthony Duzel. Number 7, Matthew Breeze. Number 8, James McGarry. Number 11, Caleb Mikulich. Number 15, Felipe Sanchez. Number 17, Trevor Senakula. And number 19, Nicholas Glover. And Lockie, you can take us through Dandy City.
Happily, in between the posts for Dandenong City, one of their standouts this season. Number 1, Jasko Karanovic. Number 4, Nathan Cook. Number 6, Nick Dibb. Number 8, Gavin Denise. Number 9, Braden Mann. Number 11, Alex Teleski. Number 13, Jacob Brito. Number 14, Jaden Unmack. Number 18, Christian Cavallo. Number 36, the captain, Stephen Topalovic. And number 33, Marco Delic, the goal scorer from last week against South Melbourne.
And we've probably got just half a second to go through the subs for the Melbourne Knights. Alan Webb, number 9. Number 3, Lockie Wheeler. Number 16, Mohamed Samaudo. Number 99, Harry Shakaroon. And number 14, if I've got my own writing correct here, it's Trevor Vetsloot. And you might get the bench out for Dandenong City, Lockie.
Yep. Number 5, Luke Isles. Number 7, quite a surprise to see him drop to the bench, Chano Farrow. Number 17, Liam McCormick. Number 25, the new signing, Brady Smith. And number 16, the backup keeper, Liam Kennedy.
So we're underway. Perfect conditions for football. Just enjoying an Indian summer in Melbourne at the moment. Around 20 degrees coming into the game. Didn't water the pitch pre-game. You can probably see a few little muddy marks starting to come out as this one's played in now for Dandy City. Go on the march through the middle of the park. Little clip of the heels. Referee said play on as Mann just goes down the line.
It's a bit cliche, but I think we can say it. It is a beautiful night for football. It's a nice 22 degrees, as you mentioned. And I think the Melbourne Knights, some of the games they've been having recently, are one of the hottest tickets in NPL Victoria if you're a neutral watcher at the moment. That 2-2 draw against Gully last week, they conceded late. They scored late as well, a beautiful equaliser or a beautiful go-ahead goal from Matthew Breeze before conceding late to Alex Salmon. That was an absolute chaotic game, and we'll be hoping for more of that sort of stuff as neutral observers tonight.
So the ball whipped into the near post, just headed away from Dandenong City. And the Knights, they can have their first attacking foray of the night, or maybe not, although this will be a throw. In fact, it's going to be a City throw, as you touched on, a 2-2 draw last Friday night against Gully. They come into this round in 5th place. It's the only game of NPL Victoria tonight. 5th place, 4 wins, 3 draws, 2 losses. In the last 5 games, they've only yielded 1 win. Well, it's only yielded 1 win for the Melbourne Knights, but they have 3 draws under their belt and just the 1 loss as well. So not red-hot form, but good enough. Good enough. Can't see Steve Bebic being too unhappy with it. And inside the 6 and I guess a chance to cement it. Well, not cement it because it's still quite early in the season, but really book their post-season place as the Knights struggle through midfield. Heavy collision coming in there from, I think, Nicholas Dibb. It was. That ball runs. Brito's just happy to see it out. He'll get the throw. In fact, he won't take it. Trying to chase him down there with Senakula for the Melbourne Knights. Pacey option down the left-hand side. That one just runs too far for Mann. And Jurkovic, who was called into defensive action early by Dandenong City. Wasn't the play that earned them a corner. Ended up being headed out of harm's way for the Knights by a Dandenong City player as they now spread it out to the grandstand side through Cavallo.
Yeah, as you were saying earlier, this is a great opportunity for Melbourne Knights to cement that spot further into the 6. And I think a couple of murmurings around the Knights fans, and if you listen to their weekly show, the Night Train, a few of them saying these are the sort of games against Dandenong City, a side that while they've showed promise in the last few weeks, certainly towards the bottom end of the table, it's the kind of game that Melbourne Knights, if they have those finals aspirations, absolutely should be winning and should be doing so easily. Their form has been a little bit middle of the road, as you touched on, Mark, but I think looking at that game last week, a 2-2 draw against Gully, considering the fact they were missing Alan Webb, who returns to the bench this evening, and Albano, who is still absent at the moment, I think they would have taken the point, and certainly good to see Webb back into the Melbourne Knights fold very quickly. Still on the bench, but that's quite an option for us to have to call on later in this game.
Jack Marth was the man, number 2. Of course, son of the very famous Stabber, man who covered himself in glory as a player here and had some, we can estimate, good 5 or 6 seasons, if not more, as the gaffer. Up until, I think I'm right in saying 2019. This one comes all the way back now for Bryce. Retreats back to Manos. And now Marth will have another chance. He copped a little bit of flack off some of his teammates for that last ball where he decided to go backwards rather than forwards. Caleb Mikulich might have been the man. In fact, might have been Breeze as well. But he put his hand up, the youngster. Acknowledged that, okay, we're an attacking football team, because Dandenong City, they've scored enough this year. They've scored 10 goals, but they've conceded 18, which is the second most in the competition, behind last placed Altona Magic, as that one's fired in. Did it come from Mikulich? In fact, no, it wasn't. It was Anthony Duzell.
Yeah, decent strike from effort, Duzell. They haven't been taking too many shots from range, actually, Melbourne Knights, so far in recent weeks. They've been trying to work the ball into the box and create sort of more clear-cut opportunities. But I think against the Dandenong City side, who I expect this evening to sit off the Knights a bit, let them play possession and try and break them down, maybe a few more of those shots from distance will be required from the Knights to break the lines.
Chỉ còn hơn 10 phút nữa thôi, trận đấu sẽ bước vào giờ nghỉ giải lao. Và trước khi tạm biệt anh em, chúng tôi xin trân trọng được giới thiệu một website đặt cược bóng đá phải nói là cực kỳ uy tín hiện nay. Đó chính là FB88.tv. Hiện tại đang có chương trình khuyến mãi lên tới 2 triệu đồng dành cho thành viên mới. Hoàn toàn hợp pháp, an toàn, nạp rút cực nhanh. Nhấn mạnh là không đâu bằng. Nhanh tay truy cập FB88.tv để nhận ngay những ưu đãi tuyệt vời này.
Dandenong City looking for that elusive first win of the season, as that one's hit well over the top. Just the 4 draws and 5 losses so far in the season, but it is a big opportunity. If they can cause an upset tonight, they can get themselves out of that relegation zone, and not just for tonight, but probably for the weekend, because obviously, to state the obvious, they've got a goal difference of -8. And the team immediately above them, whose name completely escapes me at the moment, but is also sitting on -8 goal difference. So if they can convert their 4 points into... In fact, no, I think I've got the maths wrong there, because 4 plus 3 does not equal 8. I have to check the ladder, folks.
It's close, but I think many Dandy City supporters would be arguing that they, on the basis of their performance, have been worth more than 4 points this season. And I'll happily add to that argument as well. I think even that the draw against Southern was a great result for them. But having watched that game, being at Frank Holohan Reserve calling it, they really almost could have stolen that one. And I think there's been a couple of occasions to see over the course of the season, where Dandenong would have been looking back